Steve, what's happening? Episode 7, the Broadway block coming in. 5-2 loss to the Pens. 41 points. Didn't go up in the standings. Flyers 42, Bruins 48. What's going to happen today against the Islanders?
Well, Georgiev gets the start. It's probably good to rest Igor for any of these back-to-backs, but man, these points are important. Really stinks. The Bruins have 7 points on us and 2 games in hand, so we got to get past the Flyers first in the standings, but still looks like that's the spot we're chasing, with the Penguins only being about 4 points ahead of them.
So the other Rangers team decided to show up, and the Pens team that we know showed up, and they dominated the first period. Second period, we looked like we were in it a little bit more, but as soon as we got momentum, the better team showed up again. Quick 2 goals to cut us down. I think it was Rodriguez goal and a Chris Letang goal was the first one for him in the second. They had a lot of penalties, but we didn't capitalize on them.
Yeah, Zadorna, Letang, and Rodriguez to take the lead. Another good one from Blackwell. It's like one of the first times I've seen him on the power play actually making a difference right in the slot. That was nice. Buchnevich keeps up his little recent hot streak, and it's nice to see Kako get points in back-to-back games. Other than that, not a lot of good stuff. Fox with another slick assist later in the game. It stinks because it was a 3-1 game for a while. There was plenty of opportunity. Mika missed a wide open net, and we hit the post a few times. Crossbar once from Blackwell. So there was plenty of opportunity to sort of shake that momentum they had going. And a goal when it's 3-1 really makes it a different game. But I guess you have to applaud Igor for what it's worth. There was a few highlight reel saves post to post, but wasn't enough to keep us in the game.
Besides the other Rangers team showing up, I think we had a lot of, like you said, in that first period, Mika had that wide open net and he missed it. Normal night, even Mika at the beginning of the season, I think he would have made that because it's just that, but it was one of those games where things just didn't go our way. I agree with you. Igor definitely had some good saves. He definitely kept us in the game, but the big boys didn't show up. We got nothing production-wise from Stromer, Panarin. Zibs had that open shot. We had looks. We just didn't capitalize them. Kreider had the penalty shot. I just didn't really feel too good about Kreider taking that penalty shot. I might have thrown someone else out if I was Quinn. I think Steve said it before. I think he disrespected Jari a little bit by coming in and just thinking he was just going to walk that puck right in. And Jari was like, nope. And I think that would have changed the momentum of the whole game. So I think hats off to Jari for, keeping them in the game. Kreider, maybe a little more next time. Rooney got us a goal. And like you said, Blackwell did. So like I said, we didn't get anything from Panarin. Fox had the assist, so he keeps his streak going at 12. Coming into the game, we were 19th in the power play in the league, which we had moved up a little bit. I don't even know after those 5 penalties where we're at now coming into this Islanders game. But I think it's a good point to regroup. Obviously, the Islanders are coming into the game tonight, looking to get another win, shut us out of the playoffs hopes. They got Palmieri and Travis Zajac in a trade recently, so I'm sure those guys are going to be getting a little more ice time tonight. It'll be interesting to see who Quinn puts out on the first line for the power play, everything. And I think we got Georgiev in net tonight, right, Steve?
Yeah, Georgiev's the start. Islanders are in first place right now, man. It's kind of strange to see. I don't quite know if Zajac and Palmieri are the first. I mean, there's a first round pick that went the other way. I don't know if that's the secret ingredient they need. They're obviously lacking on the wing a little bit with Lee out for the season. So we'll see if that can give them a jump. Being that they are in the same division, it doesn't look like the COVID protocol is really as strict as they were on the ice practicing already with the team. So it's not like the Luke Dubois trade where you're going over borders. But
One thing I did want to bring up, not to make excuses for this other Rangers team that showed up, but majority of the team got vaccinated the day before, and there was no practice. So we were just riding hot off that great win on Tuesday. Everybody gets vaccinated. I don't want to say that might have caused everybody has been taking the vaccine, has had different side effects. So I don't want to say that might have caused us to be a little more lackadaisical than the Pens per se when we came out. But I just wanted to make that point. No practice on Wednesday and getting vaccinated could have caused us to be a little more sluggish out there.
well, it's
Not
tough,
to
right?
make
So you go
excuses.
into you go into playing back-to-back games. So I guess you do want to give the team a rest in that situation if you can. You had to know the Pens were going to come out stronger than they did. It kind of reminds me of that Flyers game where we hurt them bad in the first game, and then we know that the next game they're going to come out wanting revenge. But no excuses. I think one of the funnier comments I had read last night said that if you thought David Quinn was the reason that we lost that game, you don't deserve to watch hockey, which I thought was funny. Commented about keeping the lineup basically the same, which I think you kind of have to, other than the fourth line. We got scoring from everybody in that last game. So don't fix what's not broken, but definitely left a lot of questions. It was a rare pointless game for Panarin. I just looked the other day. He has more multi-point games as a Ranger than he does games without a point. So not very
Good stat to
common to
have.
see him. Yeah, not very common to see him end the game without a point. Fox keeps up his beautiful run and is remained tied with Hedman for 37 points as the most as a NHL defenseman.
He's 5 shy of Brian Leach's record for this 12-game point streak right now. So does he
Unreal.
hit it?
I mean, one of the things that we talk about fantasy a lot between the two of us, but one of those things is like you kind of always wonder, when is this going to stop? Because it seems like such a long
Too good to
run,
be true.
almost too good to be true. But if you want his point streak to stop, just pick him up in fantasy, and then it'll drop right off.
Fun fact: I'm actually playing against him in fantasy this week. So
Oh boy,
first Pens game kind of killed me. It was like a 15-point night for that guy last night.
It's one of those things that, like, just to be in the same breath as those guys is obviously. And look, this guy grew up a Rangers fan. There's nobody else that wants to hear this but Fox. But yeah, glad he's on our team for sure.
Yep. All right, so it looks like that's all the time we have today for the block. We'll be back after this Islanders game, probably Saturday, to keep you guys up. Let's hope we get a Rangers win tonight. Come on, Georgiev.
Yeah, it's going to take a big start from him. And if we could get we talked about before, if we could split the series against the Pens, that would be a win. It doesn't quite seem like a win at this point.
Well,
But
everybody
if we could
clicked up in the points, so it didn't really, we
Yeah.
didn't catch up any points on anybody, so it didn't really help us out in that sense.
Yeah, we got to get our shit together before this next push here of the schedule. It's going to be really tough. You can't exactly afford to give up games to the Devils, being that they're only 6 points, 7 points behind us right now in the standing. So it's becoming really crucial.
Every point matters. All right, let's hope
All
we
right,
get
buddy.
this win tonight, and talk to you later, Steve.
Later, buddy.